Talking about soil. Today, as you see, the place where I am standing, it is entirely covered with vegetation, and the topsoil is not exposed to the sun. This is how Mother Nature wants her soil to be maintained. Always the soil should have living roots, living crops on top of the soil. And traditionally agriculture has been like that for past so many centuries. And once we started a shifting nature of agriculture and also moved towards industrial agriculture, we started using heavy tillage mechanisms on top of the soil and making the soil plain and simple. That is where the destruction of the topsoil started. And as you can see, this entire area is now vegetation. Nobody has put in a seed, nobody has watered these grass plants, but you can see how these plants are very healthy thanks to the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, the three most elemental things that a plant requires for survival. The carbon comes from the air, the hydrogen and oxygen because of the rainfall that it takes, and the oxygen it gives out from the atmosphere, and you can see these plants are very healthy. And 97% of the plant's requirements are met by nature, and man, we are doing only 3% of the requirement of plants in terms of supplying it with these primary, macro and secondary and micronutrients. And today, the substance underneath this vegetation, what is called as the soil, has been so misunderstood, and the value of the soil has been so undervalued all these years. Thankfully, now people are coming back to the senses and realizing that the most important treasure Mother Earth, Mother Nature can give us is a priceless topsoil. The topsoil is a concoction of myriad life forms in terms of bacteria, in terms of virus, in terms of protozoa, in terms of arthropods. Can you imagine these insects, these invertebrates, all are working 24/7, 365 days so that as mankind we can survive on this planet. And what we are trying to do in terms of thanking these insects and this entire universe of microorganisms, a trillion of which is available under the soil, of which we understood only 10%, and still we need a lot of distance to go in understanding the complexities of what happens under the soil. Like for instance, what sustains this entire microcosm of life underneath the soil is what is called as the humus. And today scientists have found out the way of methodology of going to Mars. They can fly a missile, they can fly a manless, what you can say is weaponry at a hostile country. But have we understood the complexities and dynamics of humus? What constitutes the humus? What really is the composition of humus? Still we have not been able to fathom and understand, because we have only understood 10% of what the soil is all about. And with the alarming rate of erosion of topsoil, thanks to synthetic chemicals, fertilizers, fungicides, pesticides, and the amount of abuse that we are doing to Mother Nature, and the runoff, the soil erosion, the polluting of water because of the pounding of fertilizers on top of the soil, which are nothing but chemical salts. All this leading to a very grave concern about how we are going to take care of Mother Nature and soil, which is very, very important for survival of mankind going forward. Analysts and researchers are telling that give another 50 years for complete erosion of topsoil. The topsoil to get formed in terms of all these nutrients and life, it takes millions of years. And do we have that much time to survive if you are going to abuse Mother Earth and topsoil like this? Thank you very much.